So right now, YouTube is screaming out for content creators over the age of 40. The average creator is over the age of 40 as of 2025. But surely YouTube's got to be oversaturated. Like, you know, those that are making it on YouTube are those that have been there since it started. There's roughly 110 million channels. That's out of 2 billion people active on YouTube. So even if you look at numbers alone, that would evidence the fact that it's not oversaturated. The fact that your topic that you want to bring to YouTube has already been done, and it might have been done a number of times. No one's done it like you. Like you. No one's done it like you. And just like no one's done it like me. And so that is the uniqueness that we bring, all right? And you think about it, what do you watch a channel for? You don't watch it for the content only. Occasionally you might, but when you subscribe to a channel, you're subscribing to the person, right? It's someone that you really like, you get along with, you vibe with, you connect with them. You even leave comments occasionally. That is because you gel with that person. But there could be 10 other people that deliver the exact same message, but it's from them. So I'm going to be sharing my video with some wildlife. We've got some ducks and geese in the background. What have we got in the back there? Can't see them from here, maybe ibis. But yeah, I'm going to zoom this way. Get out of the sun a little bit. How cool is this? Okay, so we know that it's not saturated, okay? We know that YouTube is not saturated. There is that need for you, your uniqueness to bring to YouTube. That is what YouTube wants. And what YouTube wants is what the viewer wants, all right? So that's why they're screaming out for those of us that are over the age of 40 to come and start creating content on YouTube. And I know you're thinking, you know, but what can I bring to the table? Why would anyone want to listen to me? Well, it's the very thing that's going to make this a lot easier for you. It doesn't make it easy, but it's easier than some people. And it's the fact that we have such a huge life experience that we have at our disposal. It's right there, it's in our head. Let me put it this way, right? So if we round up numbers, and I'm 50, and I've been independent as an adult, working out on my own from the age of 20. So 20 to 50, that's 30 years that I have of life knowledge, you know, lessons learned, a whole lot of experience, and it's automatically right here. That's the advantage that you've got. So you can come to YouTube, you can start a channel just like me. I'm only 3 weeks in, and you can bring your passion, your desires, your want to create here to YouTube, and you can pull on all of that resource that's already here in your head. And that's what the advantage is. That combined with the fact that we tend to be more inclined to be a bit more raw, less over the top polished. Some of us can be. I definitely can't be because I don't have the time to put into a whole lot of flash editing or anything like that. So I'm just focusing on bringing valuable content that helps to get people started and motivate them on their journey moving forward. That's my goal. And you've got 30 years of life experience that you can draw on as my example. But then the next thing is you're going to say, yeah, but not 30 years of my life experience is applicable to whatever I want to talk about on YouTube. That's 100% true. I get that. But let's be conservative and say out of that 30 years, maybe you can get 10 years would be some of your life experience that you could tie into your channel, into what you want to talk about. If you've got 10 years worth of material, no one, you know, I'm not going to be filming every day for 24 hours. I don't have 10 years of putting into YouTube. But even if I did, over the next 10 years of delivering that content, I've gained another 10 years worth of life experience that's going to be directly relatable to YouTube that I can bring out, right? You feel me? You get what I'm saying here? So it's that life experience that just makes it easier. It doesn't make it easy by any means. All right, one of the hardest hurdles we've got is to do what I'm doing right now. I'm talking in front of a camera. It doesn't come naturally. By far, it does not come naturally, but it gets easier, okay? And that's, once we get over that stage, it's the continuously showing up. That's the hardest part, I think, is going to be actually just turning up every week, you know, got a regular turnover of videos. So keep bringing out the material for your subscribers and viewers. To get back on track, so that's why and loosely how 40-plus-year-old people are making and they're just smashing YouTube. They're making great videos, great content. It's home, it's raw, it's true, it's honest, it's from the heart, and it's from lessons learned. It's not read in books. It's not, it's not gained through ChatGPT. It is actually real. When I was thinking about needing to create, because that was my need for coming to YouTube, was that I had to create something. I had this creative urge. I'd spent so much of my life working, and any of my creative elements from my younger years had just been put on the shelf. What could I do now as a creative? And that was to come to YouTube. That's what I wanted to do. But I thought, what am I good at? Or what can I be good at? It turns out that you don't have to be great at anything. You don't have to be a master at anything, I should say. You just need to be average, okay? Average beats polish every day of the week when it comes to YouTube. So, okay, I'm average. Let's take that average element. How does that apply? Well, it means that you just need to be one step ahead of those that you're targeting as your target audience. So for me, I'm here to help people, create their YouTube channel and motivate them to stay on YouTube and keep on going. All right, there's a bit more to it, and I'll come back to that in a minute. But loosely, that's what I'm here for. And I do that by helping, and to help them do that, I'm definitely not a master. I'm only 3 weeks in at the recording of this video. That means that I'm learning and sharing what works for me as I go. And I'm sharing it with you now. And I'm only 1 or 2 steps ahead. That's what I mean. You don't need to be a master. You just need to be average, good. That's good enough. And in fact, it's more than good enough. YouTube is going to be rubbing their hands together going, yeah, this is great. And you can benefit from that too. You get to share an experience. You get to feel like you're giving back. You get that creative experience, which is just amazing in my opinion. And for me, who I don't have the luxury of any room at home, right? So I have a very busy life. I don't have any room in my house. We've got a full house. So I don't have a studio, let alone an office or anything. This is my studio, okay? And I'm fine with that. It's different than a lot of other people, but this is what I got. This is what I'm making work, and I actually love this. And this is what keeps me going. There's a geese flying over. Oh, it's a bush wren in the water down there. Some of the local wildlife. Can I get that on? Where is he? Oh, it's gone behind the bushes now. But yeah. So some Aussie wildlife there. Queensland in particular. So each state and territory has some different unique animals to their place. Right next to some young gums here, a bit bright. If you like gum trees, there's some native trees there too. Why not? But anyway, your niche is something that you'll hear of, or niche, depending on what part of the world you come from. It's niche here in Aussie. You don't need to find your niche straight away, but it is important to get an understanding of where you're going by video 30, okay? I'm lucky enough to have refined my niche by video 10. So this will be my 11th video, but by video 10, I already know that my niche is so I'm here to help those that are anxious and or introverted. And so those barriers further hinder people from starting their own YouTube journey. You know, it's tougher than most when you've got to jump through those hurdles or over those hurdles and charge through those barriers as well. So I want to help them start their YouTube journey and continue, like basically motivate them from there on in. And that in turn is going to help motivate me. I didn't come to that decision straight away. The first decision I thought I was going to be, like as far as the niche goes, I thought I was going to be doing basically sort of reliving my life, retelling stories from the old video game arcade era of the 80s, because that was something, it's still something that I'm quite passionate about, and I love games. But then I soon realized that, yeah, it's something I'm passionate about, but who really wants to see that? For one, that was the first thing that came up. And two, how practical is it? Do I actually have the time to sit down, video myself, playing a video game, emulating it, talking over it, and putting it up? And I thought, I just don't have the time to make that work, unfortunately. And so I then thought, what else am I passionate about? So then I looked at my actual career, what I do for a job, which is a workplace health and safety and environmental specialist. And that's what I've been doing for a long time. But strip back the technical elements of what I do for work, and it basically strips back to the fact that I like helping people. right? I really want to help people and the environment. How does that portray to YouTube? And I thought, how can I make that work? Thankfully, a friend of mine, I'll call him a friend because I really like the guy. His name's Brian G. Johnson here on YouTube. He's been around for about 10 years and he's fabulous at what he does. And his niche is basically, it's higher level than what mine is, and it's just to help anyone and everyone with everything YouTube, all right? He is a guru, he's been around for a long time, and he can, because he's been around for a lot longer, he can more readily, he's got that experience behind him, he can more readily have, hopefully this wind doesn't do too much to my mic, apologies, but he can afford to be at a higher level, right, in regards to what his niche is, and that's great for him. But getting back to myself, that was the moment when I went, oh, I want to sort of do what he does and help people get started on YouTube. Even though I don't know much about YouTube myself, I'm going to use my actual lessons learned and my example lifetime, so only 3 weeks in, like I said, and share what I'm already learning and what I think works and what doesn't. I've further refined it as I've gone. So rather than have a real high level niche of just helping people on YouTube, I then thought, well, I'm going to look at people that are about my age because they're people that have a harder time coming to grips with looking into a camera, talking to the person on the other side of the screen and that sort of stuff. And so then I thought I'll do like over 40s, over 50s or something. And so then that's when my channel, my first few videos started going down that line of thought. Even though this video is aimed at 40s, by the way, my overall channel is equally helping anyone that suffers from anxiety, and nervousness getting on a camera, which can come down to anyone in their late teens, early 20s. Okay, I just want to make note of that in case someone that's young is watching this. Don't be put off to the fact that my channel won't cater for you if you do suffer from that. 100% will. This video is just targeted at 40 plus because of that element of YouTube really pushing that as a big plus at the moment. But if you're someone that's younger, you've got a different set of reasons why you'd be nervous to put yourself up on YouTube, such as self-image. Younger generations are even more conscious of their image than we were as teenagers. So I understand what that's about. I've got like teenage daughters of my own. My daughters are 18, 21 and 25. So, and the loves of my life, as is my wife. As are our foster kids, as are my grandchildren. I have a crazy life, but that's another story for another video. Okay, so establish your niche. You need to find your niche within 30 days. No rush, but just keep chipping away at it. By your 30th video, you really want to have a feel for where you're going here so that from there on, your trajectory of your videos and building that connection with your audience is going to remain true. There's nothing worse than probably reaching that, going down one avenue, starting to build your subscription base, your viewer, your audience, going down one line, and then all of a sudden you start going on another avenue. You'll lose that audience in effort to gain a different audience. So I personally wouldn't go down that road. Find your niche, stick with it, make sure it's something you're passionate about because you're going to be turning up every day. Well, not every day, but a few days a week or whatever. It takes effort, but it's well worth it. Okay, so another thing that you really need to knuckle down on is establishing your goal. What's your goal, which is your reason behind being on YouTube? And that can be broken up into like 3 primary categories, which would be you're here to either monetize your channel, like treat it as business. You're here to have fun and just have a hobby or something that you want to share here on YouTube. Or it can be like a personal type of channel where you want to maybe create, more of a legacy or something to leave behind, and you can privatize your YouTube channels actually. And so you could privatize it and so that only friends and family could access it if that were what you want to do with YouTube. That's an option as well. So when I started, all I was worried about was the creative element of YouTube. It gave me that window of opportunity to be a creative again, and I needed to do something that was my own for me, and it turns out to help other people as well. Win-win-win. It ticked all the boxes, okay? So that was my initial goal, but then I realized that my niche was going to become informative, like educational, how-tos, learn from my examples, learn from my life experiences, a combination of all. So then I thought, well, what I've got to do is give my channel some structure. And by giving my channel structure, it means that, well, automatically it's going to be more like a business. It's going to be automated. So I need to have a nice channel, you know, banner and everything that explains what I do, the description, so people understand what I'm about. They know where to come to if they want to, you know, see me and get help from me, where my videos are, connect with me. It's all there, okay? So without meaning to or not, it's also got that business element. So I'm a bit of a hybrid model, right? I do this for the fun and love of it. It's got me hook, line, and sinker already, because look at where I come to film my videos. Like, that's the biggest plus for me. I found a magic moment, and everything. Every time I come out to film, it's a magic moment, because I didn't realize, and this is like I guess a bonus win, if you like. I didn't realize how much my life was taking me away from nature. I didn't realize how little time I was spending outdoors like this until now. And so I love this. This is my magic moment. It's important too. That wasn't one of the bullet points I had, but I'll mention it now. Find your magic moments. They're everywhere, and it'll help keep you going on this YouTube journey. Okay, so goals set. If part of your goal or your actual goal is monetization, I just want to cover off on that quickly, because there's so many ways to monetize. And so giving you this overall focal point, I guess, when it comes to monetization, it's not just one way, there's multiple ways. So the one way that you'd know about, I'm sure, is in regards to the AdSense program, or, you know, they call it the partnership program, but it's AdSense revenue. So it's where ads get placed on your videos, start, finish, and middle. If your video is longer than 8 minutes, that is, it'll have ads in the middle. YouTube will place them there, and you get, basically you get a cutback from that. But you need to meet a prerequisite, which is 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. So it takes a bit of time to get there, but once you get there, then you get the opportunity to start earning some money from that. Now, I will tell you that it is probably the least lucrative option as far as monetizing your channel. You don't get much from it. Not that I'm anywhere near that right now, but I know what I've learned already in research. I know that you don't get much from it. So it's just a nice little bonus. But if you want some money from this that you can, I guess, call more than coffee money or pocket money, then these other options are better for you. And that is selling your product. Okay, this is your best way of earning money, in my opinion, that I've researched or seen. I don't actually go out of my way to research. It just happens to be in some of the videos that I've watched from what I call my key creators that I visit on a regular basis. And so they suggest this as being the most lucrative, and that's by having your own product. And that can be digital products, which tend to be the best, or virtual products. So anything from like ebooks or courses that you develop, because they're evergreen, right? As soon as you develop them, they're always there for people to buy. And that's really good. You can also include merchandise, actually. So you could have like shirts, hats, whatever suits, depending on your channel type and whether that ties in. Because there's ways to set that up with various websites now. You don't actually have to hold stock or anything like that. Someone orders it through a site directly, and you just get a percentage of that sale. So I can see why that would be the most lucrative option, because you can set it and forget it and sort of step back and focus on other courses and other books and grow that way of earning. The other form of monetization will be in the form of branding. So not branding, brand deals. So deals with companies that will get you to highlight their particular service or product. And so there's various ways they'll do that. So they might send you physical product that they want. You know, you can keep the product, but you'll show the product in your videos if your video type would suit that. And then they will pay you to promote their product physically like that in your videos. You may drop a segment of your video. I'm sure you've seen these where someone will say, oh, by the way, I'm sponsored by XYZ, and here's a message from my sponsor. And then they'll embed a little bit of talk in regards to their sponsor in the middle of their video. And that's pretty much it. There's also, not really with the company coming to you, but another option is affiliate marketing. That's where you go and seek affiliate links from businesses that you can basically put into your descriptions, and people can click on them, and then you'll get a rebate. Amazon is the most common, I would say. So, and anything on Amazon you can get a link for, put it in your bio, And if someone clicks on it and buys it, then you'll get a small percentage of that as kickback for that. So that's called an affiliate link. Now, what else is there? So there's product, services. So you can offer services as well, which is very lucrative, but it's time heavy. So this is not something that I could look at doing myself personally in the short term, because I just don't have the time. Because you've got to remember that YouTube itself, filming and doing all this stuff, that takes time. So, but you could offer services like, you could be a consultant, you could be a coach, a mentor, any of those sorts of things where someone gets on a call with you and it's a personalized one-on-one for an hour, hour and a half, whatever it is, and you charge them that hourly rate for that service. So that's another way of doing it. But that obviously takes up your time. So you need time to do that. So just wanted to point those out. That's it. That's all I wanted to say in this video. I will leave it with this last bit of advice. Start messy. Okay, if you want evidence of what it takes to start messy or what messy looks like, go and look at my first few videos, all right? I'm leaving my videos up there forever because that's my evidence piece. I want, like, months, years from now, I want to be able to go back myself and see how crap my first videos were compared to where I am now. And I want that also to be evidence for viewers that want that trust in me and know that I'm authentic, and the fact that, well, that's actually how I started my channel. Okay, there are plenty of other content creators out there that have really polished channels, polished videos. The chances are that they started another channel before that one, and or they deleted all of their previous videos that they didn't like before that. You won't get that with me. I'm leaving all of my videos there to showcase what it takes and what it looks like firsthand. So yeah, well, that's it for me for now. Hopefully the wind didn't do too much damage to my audio. Apologies if it did. It's been great talking to you. Thanks for sharing this magic moment with me. And yeah, look after yourself.